Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So today we'll be continuing with our surgery study notes exam revision series with our very next topic which is shock. So now हमें ये बात पता रहनी चाहिए कि जो शॉक का जो आंसर है वो हर एक टेक्स्ट बुक में एंड बहुत अलग अलग तरीकों से लिखा जा सकता है. So there are many different ways to write the answer of shock. So I'll be adding my points from my notes as well, and these are your study notes which you need to revise, wherein we have covered each and every shock individually and with the definition and all the important points to be remembered for examination. So first of all, we'll be continuing with our points from introduction right till the beginning from the end. So we'll be starting with it. So shock. So introduction. So these points which I am adding is from my notes. So shock introduction. Shock is a physiologic event with many different causes, but if untreated, it has a single clinical outcome. Mortality rate is usually 20%. So now we look into the definition of shock. We'll look into this notes ka definition at the end and try to cover the other definitions first. So shock is a life-threatening situation due to poor tissue perfusion with impaired cellular metabolism, manifested in turn by serious pathophysiological abnormalities. Bailey and Love. Shock is a term used to describe the clinical syndrome that develops when there is a critical impairment of tissue perfusion due to some form of acute circulatory failure. From Davidson's book, shock may be defined as inadequate delivery of oxygen and nutrients to maintain normal tissue and cellular function. From Dr. Schwartz's book, and the state in which profound and widespread reduction of effective tissue perfusion leads first to reversible and then, if prolonged, to irreversible cellular injury. From Dr. Kumar and Parilo's book. So from this हमें एक आइडिया मिल गया है कि शॉक में जनरली होता क्या है, wherein there is less in tissue perfusion. हमारे टिश्यूज को एडिक्वेट अमाउंट में ऑक्सीजन एंड न्यूट्रिशंस नहीं मिल सकते हैं ड्यू टू द लैक ऑफ मेनी functions which we'll be covering in the video. So that was the basic theme of shock, and now we'll see what we have written it here. So shock is a condition in which circulation fails to meet the nutritional needs of the cell and at the same time fails to remove the metabolic waste products. So here we can see that बॉडी में इनफ सर्कुलेशन नहीं होता जिसके कारण हमारे टिश्यूज को जो रिक्वायरमेंट होती है वो फुलफिल नहीं हो पाती. सो उसी वजह से शॉक हो सकता है. सो नाउ वी लुक इनटू द टाइप्स ऑफ शॉक wherein we have hematogenic or hypovolemic shock. So before we begin, it is important for us to know that how many types of shocks are there. So there is a hypovolemic shock, there is a cardiogenic shock, septic shock, and other types of shocks such as traumatic, neurogenic, and hypoadrenal. So first of all, we'll be looking into the most important part and the one which is almost most recent, very often clinically verified and seen is the hematogenic or hypovolemic shock, which occurs due to loss of blood, plasma, body water, electrolyte, and intravascular volume reduction. The cause of this shock could be hemorrhage, vomiting, diarrhea, and dehydration. The characteristic features of this shock is decreased swelling of pressure of heart, decreased systemic arterial pressure, there is a tachycardia which is increased heart rate, and increased vascular resistance. The compensatory mechanisms which our body does to compensate this shock is there is an adrenergic discharge which constricts the arteries and blood vessels which can cause an increase of heart rate. There is hyperventilation, there is release of vasoactive hormones, there could be a collapse and reabsorption of fluids from interstitial tissue and reabsorption of fluid from intracellular to extracellular space, and renal conservation of body water and electrolytes since the body is in loss of fluids. So these were some of the compensatory mechanisms which our body makes in order to compensate the badful effects of shock. Now we look into the clinical features. Depending upon the degree of loss of blood volume and duration of shock, the shock can be classified into mild shock, moderate shock, and severe shock. So in mild shock, we generally observe blood loss which is less than 20%. The feet become pale and cool, sweat in forehead and hand, patient feels thirsty and cold, the pulse, BP, urinary output is normal. In moderate shock, there is blood loss up to 20 to 40%. There is oliguria and the pulse is increased. See, in severe shock, we observe that the blood loss is more than 40%. There is pallor, low urinary output, rapid pulse, and low blood pressure. Now, what are the investigations which we need to look for a patient in hypovolemic shock? They are blood pressure, respiration, urine examination, CVP, and ECG. Treatment for the shock of hypovolemic type could be resuscitation, immediate control of bleeding, fluid replacement, drugs, sedatives, vasodilators, chronotropic agents, inotropic agents, vasoconstrictors, and beta blockers and diuretics. Now we look into the next type of shock, which is traumatic shock, which could be caused by fractures, crush injury, burns, intra-abdominal injury, soft tissue injury. The clinical features of traumatic shock includes presence of peripheral and pulmonary edema, infusion of large volume of fluids, and the treatment could include resuscitation, local treatment of trauma, control of bleeding, and fluid replacement. The neurogenic type of shock can be caused by paraplegia, quadriplegia, trauma to spinal cord, and spinal anesthesia. Paraplegia, quadriplegia are types of paralysis. Clinical features: skin which is warm, pink, and well perfused. The heart rate is rapid and the blood pressure is low. Treatment includes elevation of leg, vasoconstrictor drugs, vasovagal or vasogenic shock is also part of neurogenic shock. Lastly, cardiogenic shock could be caused by injury to heart from heart attack, which is myocardial infarction, cardiac arrhythmias, and congestive cardiac failure. The clinical features include the skin which is pale and cool, urine output is low, pulse is rapid, and BP is also low. Treatment could include oxygenation, heparin therapy or heparin intravenously, morphines, and diuretics. Then we move on to the septic shock, which is due to gram-negative septicemia, and the gram-negative bacteria are the main causative factor of these shocks. And the clinical features again include chill, temperature above 100 degree Fahrenheit, since there is a bacterial invasion, so it is but obvious that there will be increase in the temperature and a fever. Pulse is increased. The treatment includes infection, antibiotics, fluid replacement, vasoactive drugs. So with this we have covered important points of shock and the types of shock, the definition from different books which we have seen. And if you are part of BHMS syllabus student, you have to remember some of the important therapies part as well, and some remedies which are useful in shock are Veratrum album, Camphora, and Carbovec. So we look into the overview of this shock again. So we've looked into definition, the types of shock, then we've seen the clinical features of each, then we've seen the investigation required in the treatment part of them. So finally, before concluding this video, I would like to give a brief overview of the shock and its pathophysiology. So if we consider all the shocks such as hypovolemic shock, septic shock, कार्डियोजेनिक शॉक, सो उन सब की एक कॉमन पैथोफिजियोलॉजी रहती है. सो जैसे कि हमें पता है कि हाइपोवोलेमिक शॉक एक हेमोरेज के कारण, ट्रॉमा के कारण, सर्जरी के कारण, बर्न्स या डिहाइड्रेशन के कारण हो सकता है. सेप्टिक शॉक में भी ग्राम नेगेटिव सेप्टिसीमिया एंड ग्राम पॉजिटिव सेप्टिसीमिया, एंड कार्डियोजेनिक शॉक में so if we look into the first two shock, which is hypovolemic and septic shock, the common pathophysiology is reduce in the effective circulating blood volume. So हमें पता चलता है कि there is an decreased amount of circulating blood volume, जिसके कारण there is reduced venous return to the heart. So it is but obvious कि अगर आपके बॉडी में circulating fluids कम है तो आपके हार्ट में venous return भी obviously कम होने वाला है, and ये इसका कारण होगा, and this will lead to, और ये आउटपुट देगा इन रिड्यूस कार्डियक आउटपुट. सो अगर आपका हार्ट का वीनस रिटर्न कम है तो डेफिनेटली कार्डियक आउटपुट भी कम रहेगा. अगर कार्डियक आउटपुट कम है तो डेफिनेटली हार्ट से ब्लड फ्लो कम रहेगा, एंड अगर हार्ट से ब्लड फ्लो कम है तो सप्लाई ऑफ ऑक्सीजन टू ईच एंड एवरी सेल एंड टिश्यू विल ऑल्सो बी लेस, एंड दिस ऑल विल लीड टू लास्टली एनोक्सिया, एंड लास्टली दिस एनोक्सिया विल लीड टू शॉक. So this was the basic pathophysiology and the understanding of shock. So yeah, with this we have tried to cover each and every type of shock and their features and everything in brief, in nutshell, and in concise form. Important for you all to revise before examination. I'm repeating it again that these are not the full-fledged and the full lecture series, but these are revision lecture series. some points which you all need to remember before examinations, and just a day before, these are the points which you need to revise again to keep in mind for writing your papers. So yeah, with that said, I thank you all again and all the very best.